Jonathan Covey. We show Jonathan Covey registered on behalf of Texas Values and for the bill. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Please proceed.
I'll try it again, Mr. Chairman. We're supporting HB 229, and I'm doing so because it injects a strong dose of common sense into an increasingly absurd social debate about who is considered a man and who is considered a woman. Definitions that have been clearly understood since the beginning of time and that are rooted in fact and in biology. Agencies, schools, other entities will finally have clear statutory definitions that they can use on forms and applications that ask individuals to list their sex. And from a clarity standpoint, this bill is invaluable, but it also has other benefits. As an example of which I have personal knowledge is a charter school in Fort Worth, Texas, where some female students presenting as males wanted to join a historically all-boys choir, and vice versa, with boys wanting to join an all-girls choir. This, of course, would have created unfairness as well as inevitable safety and privacy issues. And Texas Values helped defend the school against investigation by the Office of Civil Rights at the U.S. Department of Education. But we want to work ourselves out of a job here because HB 229 would provide clarity in these kinds of situations. So we would ask you to please support this measure.
Thank you for your testimony. Members, there are questions of this witness? You do?
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Turner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Oh. Yes, I've got some questions. So I've been listening to this, and I'm trying to understand the purpose of the bill or the need for the bill. Can you tell me what you think just in plain language, what the need for this legislation is?
Yeah, I think the need is to provide clear and consistent legal definitions in statutory code where sex-based distinctions matter, like a colleague was talking about, in housing, in, restrooms, in prisons, things like that.
Okay, so they put these definitions in statute, and then what?
Yeah,
We'll have definitions in statute.
Right. I think that there's a need for them. I just gave you an example of confusion that ensued because those types of definitions were not in place.
Yeah, I heard that, and I didn't quite follow that. So tell me again, what was the confusion because there's not definitions in statute? I didn't understand the example you gave. Maybe I just didn't hear it correctly.
So when you don't have definitions in statute, then you can have a male who says he's a female or vice versa going and trying to get additional opportunities or trying to join a group where sex-based distinctions do matter.
Join the group where sex-based distinctions do matter, like
right,
a group like.
Well, for example, in the example I gave you, this historically all-boys choir is very well known, has a lot of different opportunities, travel opportunities, performance opportunities, and some of the girls wanted to join in order to be able to have those better opportunities. And then we had an example of the same kind of thing in the opposite way as well.
Okay, so if this bill were law, then that situation wouldn't have happened?
I think it would be very clear then, that you have males and you have females and you have biology that's based on reproductive ability.
Okay, so I'm going with the definitions here. Boy means a child of the male sex. Father means a parent of the male sex. Female and woman mean an individual whose biological reproductive system is developed to produce ova. Girl means a child of the female sex. Male and man mean an individual whose biological reproductive system is developed to fertilize the ova of a female. Mother means a parent of the female sex. Sex means an individual's biological sex, either male or female. So it seems to come down, as I read the definitions, the specificity is in the reproductive system. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes.
Okay. So how, in the example that you described about a choir, is someone going to ascertain the definition under the way it's written in this bill?
Yeah, I think that it's going to be all document-based. So when when you sign up for school, you oftentimes have to put down what your sex is,
Sure, and that's the case now, right?
right?
So what,
But it's
what,
not
what would
defined
change?
what a male is and what a female is.
So you're saying that the definition would be on every form that a parent fills out for their kids going forward?
I don't know how exactly this would all be executed, but
Well, I
this
don't
would
either. That's
provide
what I'm
a
trying to
clear
get to.
and consistent
Yeah.
definition, and I think that's the important
Yeah.
thing.
I don't understand how it's going to be executed either. That's the root of my questions is we put these definitions in statute. What changes? What functionally is different?
Yeah.
And what is the problem we're trying to solve? And I appreciate you gave me an example. I don't know if I agree that's a problem. I don't know the details of the case like you do, but I don't know that these definitions are going to resolve any of those types of questions. But thank you for answering my questions.